Who was Munch, the author of Scream? What do over 3,000 years of history look like? What is the price of peace? Today we will find our way through history in Oslo, Norway.
Today we will start officially with the tour of the main museums here in Oslo. And look what I just ran to. It's a big group of children from school, I guess. So to start off this day, we will go to the Munch Museum. And did you know that Munch is housed to over 28,000 artwork pieces, from which 26 artwork pieces belong to Munch? So as far as I know, the most famous Munch artwork, which is called The Scream, is located in the 4th floor of this building. So let's go and take a look.
Edvard Munch was a Norwegian expressionist painter, meaning his paintings showed emotions and internal experiences through the deformation of reality. Born in Loten, Norway, the 12th of December of 1863, he suffered the death of his mother and his sister due to tuberculosis when he was just a child. These events will mark the motifs of his paintings with themes like pain, love, death, loneliness, and old aging. His life has been highly compared to Van Gogh due to his bipolarity, his obsession with women, chaotic relationships, and the need to portray himself. He used to believe women would distract him from his career until he met Tuula Larsson. They had a chaotic relationship, which led Munch to try to get himself in a psychiatric to escape from her. But Tuula was too in love for him and invented an illness to force him to marry her. Their life together ended after a fight in which Munch lost a finger from his hand with a bullet. And later he will show his hate for her on his paintings. He died in January of 1944 at 80 years old, leaving the following note: illness, madness, and death were the three guardian angels of my crypt. Munch's most famous painting is The Scream. He painted several versions of this image on cardboard and paper. According to the museum, the most probable reason why Munch painted The Scream was after hearing a vast infinite scream coming from nature and passing through his body. He wrote a long poem about this experience after a walk around the Oslo fjords with his friends in 1891. There is no explanation for the humankind of shape in the image that seems to be on a path that leads into infinity. In my personal opinion, with this explanation behind The Scream, this image shows how Munch felt after hearing that terrifying sound, and how he would have wanted to cover his ears. The beauty behind art is that it is always open to each one's interpretation. Let me know in the comments who do you think is the main character in this image. There is also some art by which Munch is not really known about. On the last floor, you will find an exposition with his creations on wood, and there is an interactive area where you can make your own drawing with silhouettes carved on a table. On top of Munch Museum, there is a restaurant bar where you can order something to eat or enjoy the view from Oslo City while having a refreshing drink.
I didn't record so much from the Astro Museum because I didn't like the artwork pieces so much. For me, I think Modern art is not my thing, but if you like it, you can visit. Current expositions will be available until April from this year. And I recommend to buy the Oslo Pass. I will visit also the International Museum today with that pass, which is a good deal. Because if you buy these entrance tickets one by one, you will spend around 150 coronas per each museum. So it's a good deal to have the Oslo Pass. Also in this local area you can find many different restaurants, like this one that is called the Salmon. I think related to prices I have seen in this place. It's a very good price for seafood. And also you can find here other cafes like Porsche Cafe. And in fact, I do want to look what the Porsche studio has, so let's take a look.
For those car enthusiasts, you can have a coffee or chocolate at this studio. Honestly, I didn't ask if one could get in the car and take a look to the console, but it would be really cool if one could get inside the car.
And the last two stops for today are the National Museum and also the Nobel Peace Center. I left these two places until the end because they close according to internet at 8 p.m. And it's a better way to visit these Oslo museums. So let's see how they look from inside.
The National Museum holds the largest Norwegian collection of art, architecture and design, with over 6,500 works from ancient times to the present day, all present in an international context. With 80 rooms inside, you will find crafts with more than 3,000 years old like Roman pieces, Viking heritage, ancient handcrafts and weapons, along with ancient art, design and furniture. The museum also holds expositions with paintings of Norwegian landscapes and several rooms with modern art. I found many pieces of this museum really fascinating, but I felt that having so many rooms to visit and so much to read was at some point exhausting and boring. I really loved seeing sculptures and Viking stuff, but I still wanted to do more in Oslo and I was already tired. How can a person's thoughts and actions change the world? What does it take to create peace? The exhibition The Will to Change the World tells the story of a man whose effort to make a better world created a reward that has been granted to the best contributions to society. But peace comes with a price, or may I say, with the invention of dynamite. Not everyone knows Alfred Nobel, the inventor of the Nobel Peace Prize, was the inventor of dynamite. Alfred Nobel was born in 1833, son of an impresario, was formed as engineer and chemist following his father's steps, who invented mines and missiles. Alfred experimented with nitroglycerin and then came up with the invention of dynamite, which was very successful due to European wars happening at that time. There is a belief that in 1888, after the death of his brother, several newspapers published obituaries of Alfred by mistake. One newspaper blamed him for his invention of military explosives, and this is said to be the reason why Alfred tried to leave a better legacy. The museum holds a memorial to those affected in Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan after the Second World War. I don't have many words to describe how I felt after watching this exhibition, but I remember having a seat and feeling very small because it made me realize the capability of human nature. On the other hand, the museum also shows an exhibition of every individual who has been granted with the Nobel Prize due to their efforts to make a better world. Each year, Norway grants this award to the best contribution to society on the date Alfred Nobel died, which is the 10th of December. When I went to Nobel Peace Center, I thought it was going to be boring and at some point I was not going to record anything. But the museum itself got my attention and I did start over to record this stuff.
So that will be all pretty much for Oslo City after 3 days. We're still on a long way towards Bergen, Lofoten Islands, Tromsø and hopefully Svalbard. So let me know below in the comments which was your favorite activity in this city. And hopefully we will be able to get until Svalbard. So stay tuned for the next episodes. And please, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe and share. Thank you. Before leaving, I just wanted to give you a look inside this Norwegian church. I will be very quick and silent, so let's go.
I always visit churches while traveling. I am not a very religious person, but I think churches share a part of the history of a place. This church was completed in 1697 and has served to several royal weddings, but as of today is open to everyone. I didn't record much, but if you are into visiting churches while traveling, I recommend doing a quick stop, as this church is really close to the central station. If you got until this point, I want to thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and leave a comment in English or Spanish. Your support means the world to me, and I hope to see you on the next video. I recorded some food prices from Joker stores, and I wanted to show you this because I had lunch here several times. This is how I saved some money while traveling in Norway.